Welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Jaret Schneider. With me today, once again, Mayor Tim Johnston. Thanks for coming, Tim.
Good morning.
First of all, I'll give you a minute to talk about things that have happened over the past week, as well as maybe some stuff that's coming up.
Well, it was a busy week, obviously, over the last number of days. Council met with its regular meeting on Monday night. We had a variety of presentations, just to highlight some of those. First, we had John Donovan come and present on the homelessness strategy and the desire for the City of Thompson to assume the responsibility as the community entity. I think this is a good thing for our community and for the City of Thompson to play an active role on looking at the long-term strategy for addressing homelessness in the community. We also had Communities in Bloom come, and Betty Landago and Bruce Holmes made a presentation on behalf of the volunteers on the success achieved this year with the 4 blooms for the community. And as I said, first I wanted to thank all the volunteers and all the residents for participating in Communities in Bloom. But really for me, I think that the success of Communities in Bloom is generating and increasing that level of community pride in Thompson. So I was very pleased with that. We also had a TEDWIG update, Thompson Economic Diversification Working Group, on Monday night, and as indicated, that is starting to wind down in terms of the action steps. Plans are being released. We just saw the homelessness plan, or the housing plan, released last week. Education and training will be the upcoming week, and the only thing that will remain in terms of a work in progress is the branding exercise. And again, I encourage people to participate in either the focus groups or doing the survey online regarding branding. A couple other things quickly to touch on, I think, is that last night obviously was Halloween. Lots of people out on the street. I was very pleased with the response from Prairie by Law Enforcement, Thompson Fire and Emergency Services, and the RCMP with the visibility and the presence on the streets, as well as the City of Thompson. We had 2 Sanders working last night during the evening. Weather cooperated to a degree in terms of being somewhat warm, but it certainly threw us a whammy in terms of some of the ice on the streets. So I was very pleased with the visibility that we had last night, and I hope people had the opportunity to enjoy Halloween. 2 items that I just want to touch on. One is the City of Thompson released a statement with respect to valet last Friday, and expressed our concerns specifically with the move to care and maintenance regarding Birch Tree and the potential that takes place next August, as well as the deferral of the 1D project. And really, overall, the concern with the degree of uncertainty that it presents for the community, both in terms of employees as well as residents. I will be traveling to Winnipeg along with President Nichiporuk from the United Steelworkers tomorrow to meet with Minister Chomniak, Minister Ashton on behalf of the province of Manitoba, and then representatives from Valley to talk about how we move forward. We're going to do that cooperatively. We're going to do it in the best interests of all the stakeholders for the long-term sustainability of this community. I have stated many times, and I believe in all the conversations that I have, mining will remain, and Valley will remain, a very strong pillar of the economics of this community for many, many years. And we have to ensure that we continue to grow the community and support that as well. The other thing that I just want to touch on, I've been made aware of a number of instances where, again, we're having a bit of a rash of break-ins into vehicles in the neighborhoods. I want to encourage people to contact the RCMP when or if they see that taking place. But also there's things that we need to do as residents. 1, lighting is very important. And 2, make sure your car doors are locked. We haven't seen the break-in enters per se, but really a lot of vehicles going into when they're left unlocked. So again, if that is something that people are experiencing, please contact the RCMP. And the last reminder is if there are lights out in your neighborhood, again, please contact Manitoba Hydro. They've made a commitment as recently as this week that they will put every effort to try and restore lighting that is brought to their attention.
204-677-8181. Mayor Tim Johnston is here taking your calls. 204-677-8181. I'll go back to the council meeting first. TEDWIG gave their report. What were types of things that they had talked about or brought up at council?
Well, I think there was more a progress report just in terms of where we are, and as I said, much of it is winding down in terms of the work of the TEDWIG process. The reports are coming out, and I encourage people to take a look. Right now we have the report for the Northern Restorative Justice Facility and for housing, and the other reports will follow over the next number of months. Those are available available if people want to look at them. They will be posted on our website. What I've liked about TEDWIG is it's been a very proactive approach to addressing and looking at specific actions we can take to diversify the economy. And so I think that's been very positive. Again, just the update on the branding, that will take place over the winter. Encourage people to get involved.
204-677-8181. I was also going to mention we have the branding already as the Hub of the North. Hub of the North. Is it possible to maybe have a new one or to replace it, or maybe have both of them still exist?
I think that I'm very excited about the branding process. I've said this a number of times. I think this is the opportunity for Thompson to redefine itself both as of today and into the future. And so there's a number of different sectors in the community that have adopted sort of brands or names. I think this is a real opportunity for Thompson to come together as we are today and really move forward with something that people can embrace, creates a sense of pride, and is common in terms of many of those different sectors. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if anyone knows what that's going to be. We're going to have to work through the process, but I think that's kind of exciting.
204-677-8181, taking your calls directly to the mayor. We've got a lot of snow, obviously. Winter's hit now. What's the protocol for snow removal?
Well, we as soon as the snow hit us last week, we had the graders on, and so we're right into our regular winter snow removal program. Obviously, when snow comes, we will move first with removing off the main arteries, and then move into the residential areas. This week has been a tough one because of the rain and the freezing snow that we've hit, but we've been out again with the sanders, and we've also gotten to the sidewalks. So we're into our regular schedule, and we'll continue to try and get to the snow as quickly as we possibly can. We've made a specific effort to dedicate resources so we can see that snow removal. And I can tell you, last year I received a number of compliments in comparison to other municipalities on how well we do our snow removal. We're going to continue to do that.
Okay, so we're going to go to the phones. We have a call from Howard. Howard, please ask your question and hang up to hear the response.
Yeah, I just wanted to get an update on the paving situation in the Burntwood Trailer Court. That is my question.
Thank you, Howard, and good question. I can tell you that we are continuing on our plan to pave the Burntwood Trailer Court this year, and Council approved funds to do some drainage in that area, and the work, I understand, is going to be starting over the next week or so and probably take anywhere 3 to 5 weeks to complete. The single biggest issue before we can pave, we have to address the drainage. As I said before previously, the pilot that we did has been successful. It's held up. Of course, we did some drainage before we did that. So this year we will be completing some drainage work, and my goal is to continue and have the Burntwood Trailer Court paved. It's going to take us a few years. The window, I've always said, is between 3 and 5 years to have that done, and I remain absolutely firmly committed to that, and I believe Council is supportive of that as well.
204-677-8181. We have the mayor taking your calls. Going back maybe to winter, is the Public Works Department ready for the early winter?
Absolutely. We and I want to thank the crews and our staff for being ready. I think it was demonstrated last week when we got the snow. We had the graders out immediately. We've had the sidewalk equipment out as well, and we'll continue to do that. So we were ready, and that was one of the things that Council had given direction to administration a number of years ago, to make sure we're ready. We never know when snow is going to come, and as it did last week, it can be summer, fall in an evening, and winter the next morning. So we were ready, and I'm pleased with the performance of our administration on that.
204-677-8181. I've drove by it a few times. McLean Park, it's starting to look better for sure. Definitely looks a lot nicer. Do you think it's almost done? Is it almost done?
Yeah, it's coming together. I mean, there's still some work that the contractor is completing right now. Most of the infrastructure has been put into place, so it's the finishing touches. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get to the grass this year, so we're going to have to take a look at what we can do early in the spring. But it is coming together, and I think it's noticeable. And as with most of our capital projects, they're winding down now. Other than the two, the utility work that's going to be done up in the Eastwood area on replacing lines. For the first time I can recall in the city of Thompson's history, we are actually replacing a portion of a infrastructure in an area of the community. And the second one, as indicated by Howard, the work that we're going to be starting this week or next on the Brentwood Trailer Court. Other than that, the capital projects are winding down.
All right, so we're running out of time today. I'll give you 30 seconds maybe to close things out with any messages for the viewers.
Well, I think that the big message that we have right now is that the weather has has given us a challenge. I know, especially this morning, the streets were extremely icy. I asked people to practice safe operations, to be cautious in and around, especially school areas. But again, we have transitioned to winter, encourage people to get out and enjoy the activities. I know most of the sports activities are up and running. I believe there's AAA hockey games again this weekend, so encourage people to get out and take that in. And thank you very much.
That will do it for this edition of City Beat. Thank you to Howard for your call. Make sure to tune in every Thursday at 11:30 for more information from the mayor, as well as another chance to ask him questions. Thanks for coming, Mayor Johnston.
Thank you.
And to all the listeners, have a great rest of your day.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning at 11:30.